Einen wunderschönen Willkommen zum heutigen Abend. Willkommen ausnahmsweise zu einer weiteren Runde von Casebook Trilogy. Und zwar spielen wir heute den dritten Fall, vielleicht auch heute zu Ende. Erfahrungsgemäß waren ja die Teile immer für einen Streamabend gut. Und ja, der dritte Fall heißt, warte mal, steht hinten drauf, die englische Fassung ist Snake in the Grass. Und im Deutschen heißt sie diesmal die Schlange im Gras. So. Viel Spaß. Neues Spiel. Jawohl. Und mal gucken. Genau. Es ist wieder Fortsetzung vom zweiten Fall.
I know you're watching this. And I just wanted to say I'm sorry.
Sure looks like a jumper. At least the coroner seems to think so. Fell several floors. Struck this wall. Didn't die instantly.
He jumped because I abused him.
If he jumped, it was because he was losing his mind.
Once when he was locked out of his apartment, I let him in, and he never even said thank you. Still, it's tragic, isn't it?
Look, there's something else here. Someone we haven't seen yet.
I'm not crazy. He's in the walls. I've seen him. I've got him on tape, and he knows it.
I suppose you have an explanation for Salt's video being found in your apartment?
I don't like being filmed in my home. It's an invasion of privacy. So I asked for it back.
And he just gave it to you?
Yes, he did.
I spun the paint out. And guess what I found? Human blood.
Why the blood in your paintings?
I like to put something of my subjects into the work. It lends vitality.
Hatman's insane. He hated Salt from way back. All because he didn't say thank you when he unlocked the door for him. He was hiding in the apartment. Crept up while Salt was filming his diary. Knocked him out, then tipped him out.
Let me guess. You have a computer which says the killer may have been using something like this thing. But could you convince a jury that I'm your man? When I was with someone on both nights.
What were you doing last night? Hatman's alibi checks out.
Can't get them every time, James.
I know. But I will get Hatman. It's been a hard 6 months, partner. You haven't seen much of me, I know. But I need your help. It's Hatman again. He ran a long way, but I found him. Marlon Hatman. Department thinks I should let it go, but he made this personal when he left me that painting. He's clever, though. Never leaves any evidence. A little blood and some paint? What does that prove? He just moves on. Local cops get nothing. Is it his third murder or his 10th? All I know is this time he's made a mistake. He stuck around. A little place called Garden. I know I asked you to come along. But we're not supposed to be here. We're out of our jurisdiction. So we need to be discreet. Technically,
Es ist doch zum Mäusemelken.
Well, the victim was killed here yesterday afternoon sometime. I don't know all the details yet, but he was beaten. Badly. Hammond's behind it. He's gotta be. Even if someone else has confessed. But we'll get to that.
Ich war stumm. Entschuldigung. Da hat die scheiß EA-App den Fokus
I
geklaut. Ich
bet they'd
dachte,
love this at the academy. Young guy goes to confession, then kills a local handyman. But that's not the whole story. Not by a long shot. I see Hatman's hand in this. So look close, partner. Help me see what happened here.
genau. Und ich dachte, das Spiel ist abgestürzt, aber die EA-App hat den Fokus geklaut. Mann, 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 Mann. Und dann habe ich mitgekriegt, dass ich hier stumm war. Gut. Aber trotzdem, ich bin nicht zufrieden heute hier mit dem Ding. Also mit der Shadow-Geschichte. Weil man merkt's, ich mache rechts. Das ist alles. Nee, das schliert nach. Ist nicht so schön. Oh Gott, wir kommen diesmal auch da rein. Toll. Ich weiß nicht warum. Guck mal hier. Ihr seht, wie die Maus sich bewegt gerade. Ich versuche gerade das Kreuz zu treffen. So. Ich glaube, wobei, wenn wir es lokal nehmen, haben wir das Problem Windows
Looks
11.
like Hatman was storing some tools in here. The guy treats a church like his garden shed.
Dann haben wir das Problem mit Windows 11 und mit den Abstürzen bei der Befragung, ne? Oh, ist alles nicht so einfach. Hier sind Bücher.
What are you expecting to find there, partner?
Vielleicht irgendwas, was wichtig ist? Oh, was ist das da? Ja.
This is wrong. I don't exactly spend a lot of time in churches, but you don't do this. Man, what a mess. He's gonna pay for this. We need to figure out what went on here. That's blood over there. Get some shots, head to the van. I'll be back in a few.
Ja, ich mache wieder die ganze Arbeit alleine. Okay. Gibt eine Menge Blut. Ist alles von der gleichen Person oder nicht? Finden Sie so viel Sie können.
I wonder what Marquis was doing out here. Poor guy. Probably didn't even get to finish the job. This wasn't luck, though. This was Hatman. Man, it's a mess in here. It's a good thing we came. There's no way the local sheriff could sort this out. The gravel from the driveway leaves prints in here. That's useful. You think they'd have a mat or something?
Nochmal Video. Er kommt zurück.
Look, partner, there's a kid. Name's White. He's already confessed to this. But it didn't happen without Hatman's help. Crap like this follows him around like flies. I know this isn't a normal case, but still, let's do it by the book. We have to find out who's been in here. Look for fingerprints, footprints, DNA, anything people might have touched. Let's see who you pick up. I'll be around.
Wenn der nicht so viel dazwischen quatschen würde, wäre ich schon längst fertig mit den Sachen, die er haben möchte.
Finding trace evidence is easier than you'd think.
Ja, doch.
Look for things people touched or brushed against.
Ja.
Somewhere they sat or left their hand a moment. Evidence is everywhere. You've just got to know where to look.
Na komm. So. Ja, wie gesagt, ist auch nicht perfekt hier. Na.
Another print. This place has seen a lot of traffic.
Mhm.
It's gonna make identifying Hatman's part in this more difficult.
Oh, jetzt kommt er schon wieder rein.
White's already confessed to the killing. So the local cops wouldn't have been too careful here. Looks like they just closed the place up and left it. But the murder weapon could still be here. And it's got a story to tell. Find it for me, partner.
Also wenn wir nicht zuständig sind hier in dem Bereich, warum dürfen wir das dann tun? Okay, ich komme nicht weiter.
If your camera's full, partner,
Ja.
take it to the crime van to analyze your shots.
Ihr habt doch schon 5
It's
Spiele
not
gespielt.
pretty, but it is evidence. And by the looks of it, there's a lot more in here. So get some more shots, then head to the crime van.
Jetzt werde ich bestimmt überfallen. Oh oh. Oh, okay.
Hey there.
Oh, wer ist
I'm
das?
Anya. So you're on vacation, huh?
Mhm.
Most of the people around here think Burton's obsessed.
Ach,
But look at the facts. Hatman fits all the patterns. Well, he's inventive, he's disturbed, and thinks he's smarter than everyone else. And then there's his paintings. With the blood. You're wondering where Pete is. He got a promotion. So now you've got me. I shouldn't be helping you, but I owe Burton a favor. So keep it quiet out there. Or it's my job.
das wollen wir natürlich nicht, dass du deinen Job verlierst. Aber vielleicht bist du nicht so ein Klugschieter wie dein Vorgänger.
A bag of tools. That's what you'd expect a fix-it man to carry around. Hammer, nails, screwdrivers, cogs. Nothing relevant to the case that I can see.
Na toll.
Good thought, but I don't think that's going to help us. There's gravel in this print, and pollen. If I were you, I'd compare it against any flowers you find. If we can figure out where this person's been, we'll be a lot closer to knowing who they are.
Okay, wir müssen Pollenblumen vergleichen.
Those prints lead into the confession booth. Chances are they belong to the priest. But don't
Oh, Entschuldigung.
gardening tools. Strange to find them in a church. The print on the shovel is Hatman's, so he's definitely been here. Hardly means he killed someone, though, no matter what Burton says. Unless he did it with a rake.
Das ist doch gut, wenn es so klingt, oder? Wo könnte das Blut hier sein? Ich habe keine... Oh, da.
One thing we can be thankful for, Hatman's already in the system, so you'll know as soon as you find his prints or DNA.
This candelabra could be a weapon, but we need more information. A coroner's...
Ja, okay. Oh, das ist alles Blut hier. Ah, wir müssen wieder anzapfen. Oh, du bist... War zu langsam. Ja, meins.
I can't tell you whose blood this is, but it's a man's, and there's a lot of it, so it's probably from the victim, Marque. But probably isn't good enough in this job. We need something to identify it with.
Nicht wieder das Video. Nein. kann ich das... Also mit Enter war das, ne? Genau. So. Können wir die schon mal... nee, das nicht. Okay, das Blut mit dem Blut.
I don't think those are the same footprints.
Okay.
Ein Johann Ulrich Logemann weiß, wie die Dinge laufen.
Genau. So, lass uns mal weiter gucken hier.
Blood from one person looks a lot like blood from another. I need you to find every spot of blood in here, partner.
Ja, doch.
Let it tell the story. If Hatman was involved in this fight, he won't have come away clean.
Okay. Schraubendreher.
I'm guessing no one's singing hymns here anytime soon. Hey, nice jug. That could be a weapon. Test it for trace in the crime van. If that isn't blood, my name's Howdy Doody.
Howdy
And
Doody.
it's probably Mark Hughes, but we'll need to prove it.
Schon wieder voll? Oh. Kommt er wieder rein? Nee, steht vor der Tür.
Mrs. Burton? Captain? Yes. Yes, I got a flight last night. Warm. Oh. Maybe 80? Those little umbrellas. I know. It's gonna be great for me. I'm sorry about the whole thing. Yes. I know. No, I'll see them when I get back. Okay. Thank you.
Hat er seinen Chef behumst?
They're candles, but you never know. They might tell us something.
Ja, eigentlich wollte ich jetzt, weil Fotoapparat voll. Hallo? So.
This vase is heavy enough to do damage. It could be a weapon. We've still got nothing to confirm it against, though. Those are jeweler's screwdrivers. Useful, but not as evidence.
Na, sein Chef hat ihn eigentlich auf Urlaub geschickt und er hat so getan, als wäre er auf Urlaub. Sehr warm, 30 Grad und so. Okay, gucken wir mal. Merkmal. 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 Ey, ich werde immer besser. Oh oh. Komm, Fischi, 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 Fischi. Komm. Komm, bitte. Mist. Da. Jawohl.
There's a print there, and some DNA. But it's all unidentified.
Holy water might protect you from Satan, but it didn't stop Marlon Hatman.
Okay, ich möchte mal die chemische Analyse von Weihwasser wissen. Nee, sie ist nicht viel freundlicher.
Good thought, but I don't think that's going to help us. I don't see how that's going to help us solve this case. The arc of the splatter says a lot about the interaction. The attacker swung right to left and was standing over the victim. Either Marquis was crouching to defend himself or didn't see the killer coming until the last moment.
Mhm. Ich denke, er ist eine unbekannte Person. Woher wissen die, wer das ist?
The pool of blood in the pulpit suggests someone lay there. I'd be surprised if it wasn't Marquis. But we still need something to identify him. A sample we know is his.
I love this part of the country. My parents brought me here as a kid. Hatman's DNA and prints are already in the system, so that's not his blood. It's probably the watchmaker's. I'll get you an exemplar to match it with. Somehow. We need to be talking to people. I'll start with the sheriff, the crime van. It's a flashing light. We'll need something a little less conspicuous.
Ein Fahrrad. Die Frau verhält sich seltsam da drüben links. Mit der Katze.
You're away from the coast?
Der Sheriff, ist klar.
Used to spend summers up here.
In England.
Thought I'd come visit a couple old haunts.
Thought I recognized you. What can I do you for, Mr. Davidson?
I heard about what went down at the chapel.
Garden might look pretty, but I don't have many illusions. Still, that is something else.
What happened out there?
Something like this can wreck a town, Mr. Davidson. But I'll tell you one lawman to another. The boy says the priest told him to kill Marquis.
Marquis, the watchmaker.
Frank Marquis. Fixed everything around here. Kept an eye on the reservoir. Good man. Couldn't pick a fight off a shelf.
Do you know Marlon Hatman?
Harlan? Sure. Why?
We used to know each other once.
Runs public gardens. Not much to see this time of year, but I have lunch there when I can.
Could he have anything to do with this?
Mr. Davidson, I bet they got all kinds of CSI junk out there on the coast. But White, his blood was all over Marquis, and Marquis was all over him, and there is your science. And anyway, Marlon, he's a good friend to this town. Sheriff's office. Well, no, he doesn't have to do it straight away. No, well, I'm sure he is tired. Well, I think zombie is a strong word. Yeah, I can't have a word with him. No, I wouldn't do that.
Er ist echter Sheriff in den englischen Highlands, weißt du?
I'm not saying it's okay to steal police documents, but I got you the coroner's report. I hope it can tell us something.
Der Sheriff von Garden, ne? Deutet an, Garten sei nicht so süß, wie er aussieht. Ein Mord kann einer Stadt das Genick brechen. Weit behauptete Pfarrer hätte ihm gesagt, Mark zu töten. Aha. Marku kümmert sich um alles, auch das Reservoir. White war voll mit Marks Blut. Marcus, wie auch immer, ne? Marlon Hatman ist den Gärten ein Freund.
I've had a look at the autopsy report. You've got contusions and internal hemorrhaging, bruising across the upper body, broken arm, probably from shielding himself, cracked pelvis. You get the idea. Someone really did a job here. And to judge by his blood being on the victim, it's White. I know Burton disagrees, but it's hard to argue with. White killed the watchmaker. Some of the wounds had verdigris in them too. Copper oxide.
Hendrickson needs those tracings.
Nearly there?
Good. What's wrong?
Nothing. I just have a lot to do, that's all.
Don't we all? I'll leave you to it. Tell Hendrickson when you're done.
Will do.
Völlig unauffällig in der Videokonferenz.
I can't be sure, but I'd say the weapon, the one your killer used, was made of copper. An ornament in the chapel, perhaps? I hope that helps. Good luck.
I'm going to talk to the boy, White. There's no way he did this alone, but we need to hear his story.
Darf ich jetzt meine Beweise...
Hello? You're Daniel White, aren't you?
He just calls me White.
Who calls you?
Him.
God? I thought it was the priest who spoke to you.
God spoke through him.
When?
In confession.
Had he spoken to you before?
Every day.
Like this?
No, not like this.
What did he say?
Said I was going to make a sacrifice.
Did he say why?
It was needed.
Needed for what?
I didn't ask.
You killed a man without knowing why?
Does a soldier ask why, Mr.
Davidson?
And this was no general, no president. This was God.
Yeah, I've heard that one before. Do you know him?
Marlon. I work for him.
The Gardens.
Hey, mister. Ask him to come see me.
I don't think you want that, kid.
Alle ein bisschen Luna und sonstiges.
So the blood you found, all of it belongs to Marquis, except for the blood on the candlestick. Interesting.
Oh.
The kid works at the Gardens.
Yeah.
Hatman would have seen him going to confession every day. He could count on it. There should be a print from the kid on this, too. Let's see whose is whose.
Hat er Beweise einfach so abgenommen?
Check that photograph, partner. There should be a print on it. You might get DNA as well. He looked pretty sweaty.
Er sah sehr verschwitzt aus, okay. Ja, ein Foto. Wo ist meine Maus? Okay, ich mache auch den schwarzen Bereich hier. Auffällig, 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 auffällig. Ey, ich bin so gut. Oh oh. Da hat es ein kleines Malheur gegeben. Huch. So. Das ist alles er. Mhm. Das ist auch er. Mhm. Fingerabdrücke von ihm und Dings auf der Dings. Okay. Ist ja auch CSI Bielefeld. Da ist die Verknüpfung dazu. Dazu haben wir noch nichts.
This candlestick fits the wound pattern perfectly, and the copper is an exact match with the residue the coroner found. But the blood on it isn't Marcue's. It's White's. Like he was struck by Marcue.
Oh.
It's copper, similar to the residue on Marcue's body, but it doesn't match the impact marks.
Ah, doch, alle Leuchter durchtesten, okay. Habe ich die nicht gerade durchgetestet?
That couldn't have produced the injuries in the coroner's report. It's far too light. Those gardening tools weren't used to kill Marcue. Good thought, though.
Ja, manchmal habe ich so einen guten Gedanken.
Hatman's the careful sort. He won't have left anything obvious in here. In a way, the less we find, the more I'm sure it's him.
Achso, wie haben wir das hingekriegt? Dazu müssten wir reisen, was wir noch nicht können. Verdammt, nein. Okay, warte. Wir können aber Hauptmenü und dann... Nee, können wir nicht mehr. Verdammt. Ah. Ja, alte Spiele sind alte Spiele, ne? 2008. Ich bin ja froh, dass ich das überhaupt hier zum Laufen gekriegt habe. 3, 2, 1. Also gleich geht's los. Zumindest braucht das Spiel zum Starten hier auf der VM nicht so lange wie auf meinem Rechner. So, können wir jetzt wieder weitermachen. Also ich würde ja den Lichtschalter scannen. Warum komme ich da nicht rein in die Butze?
This is where the priest took confession. God on the left, mortals on the right. Check it carefully. I'd be surprised if there was no trace evidence here. That's a big Bible. I wonder if it's got anything to tell us. It's big enough to be a weapon. Analysis should tell us more.
Aha.
Good spotting, partner. There's blood all over that vase.
Okay, ab zum Scan wieder. Dass wir echt nur 8 Fotos machen können, das ist scheiß. Ach, guck mal. Das sehe ich jetzt erst. Guck mal, was die hier gebaut haben. Die haben hier oben ein 3D-Dach eingebaut. Das fällt mir jetzt erst auf. Ist ja cool. Hat's für ein normales Dach nicht gereicht hier? Naja, ist bestimmt ein Nachbau in einem Raum oder so. Weil warum ist hier der Vorhang?
Come on, partner. There's no way Marcue was killed with a cup.
If you go to the evidence board, you'll be able to test any weapons you find against descriptions of Marcue's injuries in the coroner's report. You're going to have to keep looking.
So you found something in the confession booth.
Send it through to Anya.
Was ist denn, wenn der Priester das nicht gesagt hat, dass er umbringen soll, sondern Hatman?
It's a hare, but we don't know whose yet. It's a match.
Okay, gut.
That's Marquis's blood, and there's a print there too. White's. Damn.
That's a nice shot, but it's not evidence.
It's not pretty, but the blood you found tells us how the crime happened. Marquis was attacked near the clock. They struggled towards the middle of the room, where Marquis tried to defend himself, but he failed. And it ended in the pulpit, where they found his body.
We don't know whose print that is on the Bible. It's open to Luke, chapter 9, though. No man who puts his hand to the plough, then looks back, is fit for the kingdom of God. Very Old Testament. This candlestick matches the wound pattern perfectly. The copper is identical to the residue on Marquis's body, and his blood is all over it. This is our murder weapon. And then there's the fingerprint. It's White's. He's our killer.
So you found the murder weapon, and White's prints are all over it. Okay. So Hatman must have tricked White into killing Marquis somehow. Now we just have to figure out how. I know everything's pointing to the kid White, but I'd expect that from Hatman, the old snake. If you think there's more evidence in the chapel, keep hunting, but I'm ready to visit Hatman's garden when you are.
Okay.